Welcome to 3D Learning Economics Video 5. Our story is about Sweden, known for its big government, high taxes, quality of life from free to birth to death. It's becoming unbalanced. So how you fix it? That is going to be the debate. We've looked at the story, we've added vocabulary, we've just made an outline, and now we want to ask some questions. The discussion formula is not so hard, and in any conversation you can use this formula. It's very important. Number one, you use it, you get higher satisfaction because you have direction, you have more information, and if you don't hear or explain, people will understand what you're saying because you give more information. So in these levels of discussion, you want to practice this formula. The formula is 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, which altogether is 7. The magic number! Wow! 1 7-word answer or a statement followed by 3 sentences to support it. Why do we want that much information? Number one, if you don't communicate well the first time, you have 3 ideas to back it up and to add. So the person, maybe they don't understand exactly what you want the first time in the first statement, but 3 additional information will help them understand, and you don't have so much confusion. Now, I like that. I don't like confusing. I don't like to listen and ask questions, and it can all be done easily if you add 3 more information sentences, 7 more word sentences, 21 words after your first initial sentence. Then, because discussion, you don't want to always follow the same direction. Remember, you choose the direction, you choose the topic. How do you do that? Add 2 more information. Two information. So you have a statement. You add 3 to help support that statement. And then you add 2 about the direction, either change the direction or you want more information about the same direction, and then you ask the question to get more information or to get information about the change of direction of the last 2 sentences. 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 is 7. 7 sentences, and we want to work on that when you answer these questions or these statements. Okay? It's very important. Don't do less than 7. Now, when you have 3 minutes to talk in your debate, you're going to use more than 7, but you're going to use kind of the same idea. Is you're going to make a statement and then you're going to support the statement by more sentences. This is about discussion, not a debate. And so discussion, you want to go round and round and round, or you go round and then you just keep on going the same direction. It's your choice. Your choice. So that's what we want. We want to keep these formula right there. So practice it. Write it out. It's not easy to just think and speak. So write it out just like you would, and you can practice. So that's kind of your challenge for this week. So you continue this pattern until each level is complete. Now you have like 4 questions, and then you have another 4 questions, and then you have 6 questions. 14 questions. Wow, too many! But the first one is very basic. The second one is about your personal experience, and the third one is about an abstract idea. So it's a little bit more, it's a little bigger in how you want to answer. So, do not let students do less than the formula. That's for the teacher. Don't do it less. Try not to do less. Write out more. Now, I didn't write more in the book because it has to be your ideas, not my ideas. Okay? And this is not about grammar. This is about completing your ideas. If you do 3, the first one is 4, 1 plus 3, you will have no trouble using your ideas. That will not be a problem. Encourage disagreements. When you listen to your other people, when you listen to other people in your team, make statements. Challenge them. Encourage it. Challenge them so that you learn to challenge and get that confidence to challenge. But not as a emotional, angry challenge, but rather challenge with statements. I don't think, remember we don't want to use think. Think is not a good word. You said, that is better. So when you are doing this exercise, don't think. You said this. So keep your notes. Write your notes. Okay, write. Write notes about what they said. And whether you use your language or English is not important. That you address the person in English and you say, you said this. I think you're wrong. I think, think, no. You are wrong because of this information. That's how we want to talk. Don't use think. Try not to use think. And if you're writing and you do it, you won't get punished. But it's just something to keep in your head for what you want to do. This is discussion. So thinking is good in discussion. And disagreements are, you said this, and this is discussion, so use think. In debate, you don't want to use it. Okay? Use statements. Make statements about facts. You said this, but this article, this person, this news thing, this, wherever you get the research, is about that. Challenge. Okay? We want to practice that. You said this. That's what we want to practice. You said this, so this is right or this is wrong. Okay? We want to practice how we speak a little bit differently. Okay? And so, in argument, you would say, discussion, it would be, I think. But try not to use think. Try to say it a different way. Make a statement, make a longer idea, use more words. But try not to use think. Because think is an opinion. I think this, but try to make it a little firm and say, I read this, or I know, or I heard. Okay? Don't say I think. Because most of your thinking comes from I heard or I know. So it's an easy way to do it. There are 3 levels, like I said. The first one is really about the story. Is inequality really bad? Very simple. Remember, you want to have 1 plus 3 is 4, and then 2. So 1 plus 3, you should have at least 4 sentences. And then ask somebody else the same question. Why should Sweden keep the old system if all things were equal? So why change a good thing? Why fix something that's not broken? Good question. Ask that to your other teammates and see if they have an answer. Remember, 1 plus 3, you want at least 4 sentences. And if you're going to ask another question, add 2 more. Is the change in Sweden a good or bad thing? Sweden is changing. Capitalism is coming. And the gap is getting wider. The balance is not so balanced anymore. Is that a good thing? So how much equality in society is acceptable? It's a little bit difficult, but I think equality is a good thing. But how much equality should we try to have? Everybody can't be equal. Some people are smart, some people are not so smart. How much equality in society is acceptable? Very basic level ideas. Don't get excited. Level 2 is a little bit harder. What are some ideas to keep the society equal? So now you're looking at the problem, you're looking for solutions. Sweden wants equality. So what are good ways to keep society equal? Instead of billionaires and poor people, how can we bring that gap together? Which would you choose? Higher taxes or fewer social programs? If you read the story, what did they choose? What would be your choices? Remember to 4 sentences, at least 4 sentences. What should we do about social exclusion? Now you can read about social exclusion later in the story. You don't have to read the whole story. Just read the last 3 or 4 paragraphs. And if you go to the original URL, you'll find even more and longer story. Write as long as possible. Write as much information as you can think. There is not enough information, ever. Write more information. Give reasons. And because reasons, if you're challenged, you have to have something to back it up. And you can say, I read here, or blah, 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 right? So yeah, I heard, or in Korea. What about your personal ideas? If you are in a team, ask your teammates and find some more ideas. Have some discussion. Try to not to use think. Try to change. You want to say I think, but maybe I heard, or I read, or I know. Try not to use think and write it out so that when you come back to class, you can have this discussion in class and everybody will be ready. Not only with 1 word or 2 word answers or 1 sentence, but rather longer, more information. And then, if you have 4 people in your class, or in your team, 5 people, have 1 person start. Give more, okay, do the formula. 1 person start, 3 information, 2 personal ideas about the second question, and then ask the second question. Okay? So, answer the first question with 1 statement. Add 3 to give support for your answer. Ask 2 more about the, okay, not ask, give 2 more support ideas for question 2, and ask another team member about question 2. And do that for all 4. And challenge. If you think that their ideas are wrong, or not true, or maybe too biased, then challenge them. And get the ideas going. Challenging is may be the hardest, but challenging is the most important. And when you learn to challenge with support, don't just challenge and say, I think you're wrong. Everybody can say that. Two support ideas, and then, you are wrong, okay? You are wrong because of this. And I know because of this. I read here. Okay, now you have three support for what you answer. So it's not like it's hard to do. Challenge others. Level 3. What can we learn from this story? This is a really big idea. So we want to do the same thing. Do you think the economic gap can be addressed through social programs in your country? These are maybe a little easier to give bigger answers. What role does democracy play in economic inequality? What are good solutions to keep Sweden's economic equality in balance? How can this trend affect the social gap? So we have a finance gap, money gap, rich and poor, but the social gap as well. How can we maintain equality without giving so much in taxes? That's always the hard part. Write full answers. That's where we win. Okay? Long, as big as possible. Give reasons. Give reasons to support, at least 3 support for everything you say. Try and get 3 support. I read, I know, I heard, okay? My friends say, my teacher says, okay? Where did you get that information to create that opinion? It's very important. Next week, you have written full answers to 3 levels of questions. Have you challenged any of the others in your team? Have you got together with your team and challenged each other and practice? You can practice this using social media. So easy if you can't get together. On Zoom, Kakao Talk, Naver, there's so many, Messenger. And there's no right or wrong. There are only answers and challenges. Don't always think of right and wrong. Everybody has an opinion. It's right. Their opinion is right. But it's not always balanced or informed. And so there are only answers and challenges. It's not rather right or wrong. Be ready to present your arguments or oppose another person on theirs when you come to class. I look forward to a really exciting discussion next class. Are you ready? Video 6 is coming.